Harmony. The definition of harmony is as follows. A. An orderly or pleasing combination of elements in a whole. Color harmony, the order and harmony of the universe. A relationship in which various components exist together without destroying one another. Different kinds of fish living in harmony. A relationship characterized by a lack of conflict or by agreement as of opinion or interest. Family harmony. We need harmony in our lives. Think it over. How much in harmony is your mind, body, and soul connection? Do you ever think about it? Are you consciously trying to fine-tune the guitar of life? Do you think before you speak? Or do you just rattle what comes to your mind? A wise man is one who strives for harmony in each and every moment. Harmony is a state of being. Harmony is a state of mind. We live our lives in chaos, yet we think everything is fine. A wise man understands the world may be in chaos, yet he can live in the center of the hurricane. The older I get, I see the importance of harmony in my life. Our lifestyles directly relate to the state of harmony we are in. If you have a chaotic lifestyle, your life will be chaotic. The disease will be coming, knocking on your door. Even if you consciously try to be in harmony, events will happen to you. But because of consciously trying to be in harmony, they will be small hiccups in life. Even if it is a major bump you hit on the road in life, harmony acts as a shock absorber. Someday, death will be knocking on your door. A man of harmony knows that he is eternal. It's time to change our clothes. This state of mind exists inside of you. Tao Te Ching. I've been fascinated by the timelessness of the Tao Te Ching. It describes the nature of man with all his goodness and his foibles. It seems like we haven't progressed much in the area of being in harmony. We still fight and bicker with one another. The United States is divided. The truth is considered lies. Lies are considered truth. If you say lies long enough, they become true to others. We even have media that declares lies as true. The current administration even calls all media fake news if they don't print his point of view. For 4 years, this has been going on. Where did this ultimately lead us? A massive riot at the Capitol building, instigated by the president. This is from Reuters News. Statistically impossible to have lost the 2020 election, Trump, the Republican, tweeted on December 20th. Big protests in D.C. on January 6th. Be there, will be wild. They turned out in the thousands and heard the president urge them to march on the Capitol building to express their anger at the voting process and to pressure their elected officials to reject the results. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, Trump told the crowd, speaking with the White House as a backdrop. appearing at what could be his last rally as a sitting president. Trump exhorted his supporters to fight. "We will never give up. We will never concede," Trump said, delighting the crowd by calling Democratic victories the product of what he called explosions of bullshit. "Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit," people chanted in reply. Let's review the Tao and see what it says about harmony and the state of affairs today.
Three. Not exalting the gifted prevents quarreling. Not collecting treasures prevents stealing. Not seeing desirable things prevents confusion of the heart. The wise therefore rule by emptying hearts and stuffing bellies, by weakening ambitions and strengthening bones. If man lacks knowledge and desire, then clever people will not try to interfere. If nothing is done, then all will be well. Commentary. The Taoists of old lived in the forest. Even back then, they didn't want to live in civilizations. As in the past and present, countries are built on producing and consuming. Just turn on the TV and you'll be flooded with commercials telling you to buy this product. Mind you, one doesn't need this product. The advertisers know how to program your subconscious even without you knowing it. Imagine if you don't have any treasures, nobody could steal from you. A wise man just smiles. He has nothing to prove. Therefore, he will never quarrel with you. He does not strive for material possessions. He may be rich, but confusion never enters his heart. His goal is inner treasures. All external treasure will someday go away. Can you take your riches when you leave this planet? The wise man will offer you food if you're hungry. He will teach you about discovering the jewel within. To be in harmony with the Tao, you must lose your worldly ambitions. Your feet must be on the ground, and your head in heaven. The wise man teaches how to treasure this human body. He demonstrates how the body can be in sync with the Tao. As above, so below. Man creates inner clouds from discovering the Tao. When one is aligned with the Tao, all desires disappear into the night. One can be rich or poor, yet one is in harmony with the Tao. In our hectic and ever-moving lifestyle, one is ignorant of the Tao. We are like hamsters on a treadmill. We are just going fast and furious, yet going nowhere. The Taoists believe in moderation in all aspects of life. They were a true human being, not human doers. Big difference. Common sense is uncommon. The Tao exists everywhere, yet mankind is texting on the freeways of life. We are oblivious of the way. 5. Heaven and earth are impartial. They see the 10,000 things as stray dogs. The wise are impartial. They see the people as straw dogs. The space between heaven and earth is like a bellows. The shape changes, but not the form. The more it moves, the more it yields. More words count less. Hold fast to the center. Commentary. The Tao gives us free will. Heaven and earth won't stop you from your actions. Nature might stop you in its tracks. Currently, there's a worldwide shutdown. The wise man sees humanity sleeping, yet humanity thinks it is awake. What a paradox. The Tao is infinite. Earth is the form, while heaven exists within the bellows. The bellows breathe in and out to make the fire get hotter. Man breathes, but is never aware. The wise man breathes and is aware of the fire of life. He learns how to be in tune with the Tao. A wise man lives in the center of the hurricane. Most of mankind lives in the whirling winds of the mind. They are like leaves blowing in the wind. Silence is the key to being in harmony with the Tao. Only a wise man understands what I'm talking about. Eight. The highest good is like water. Water gives life to the 10,000 things and does not strive. It flows in places men reject, and so it is like the Tao. In dwelling, be close to the land. In meditation, go deep in the heart. In dealing with others, be gentle and kind. In speech, be true. In ruling, be just. In daily life, be competent. In actions, be aware of the time and the season. No fight, no blame. Commentary. As above, so below. Water comes from above and ultimately returns to the source. Water is the source of life. Without precious water, this would be a barren planet. Just look at the planet Mars. It once had water, and now the planet has no life. Water flows downhill. It is humble. It has a beautiful mind of its own. It even exists in swamps. It has total compassion, just like the Tao. All of life comes from the primordial sea of life. One is a wise man who lives in harmony with the land. One is kind and just. One lives moment by moment, being in contact with the Tao. One only speaks from his heart. One learns action in inaction. One smiles at adversity. He has nothing to say. 10. Caring body and soul and embracing the one. Can you avoid separation? Attending fully and become supple. Can you be as a newborn babe? Washing and cleansing the primal vision. Can you be without stain? Loving all men and ruling the country. Can you be without cleverness? Opening and closing the gates of heaven. Can you play the role of woman? Understanding and being open to all things. Are you able to do nothing? Giving birth and nourishing. Bearing yet not possessing. Working yet not taking credit. Leading yet not dominating. This is the primal virtue. The wise man understands by embracing the mind, body, and soul. One embraces the Tao. One begins to follow the natural laws of the Tao. He is not driven by the neurotic tendencies of man. Man has been separated from the Tao for ever so long. The wise man spends his life working to live, following the Tao. The wise man learns to bend with the wind. The winds of change blow constantly, and the wise man flows with the wind. Mankind is like a huge tree with shallow roots. A huge wind will blow the tree down. Unfortunately, mankind doesn't know the foundation they are sitting on. The Tao teaches how to be like reeds. Sweet music comes from the reeds. In the New Testament, Matthew 18:3, comes the following, and he says, "Truly I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." Become like an innocent child is the main key of most of the world's religions. To receive from the Tao, one must be like the Tao. The Tao is innocent and pure. The Tao is modest. The Tao is love, mercy, and compassion. The Tao is patient. An ordinary man has tons of baggage that are holding him down. He has lost the innocence of being a child. The child wakes up in the morning with incredible enthusiasm. Modern day man dreads Monday morning. The sage tidies up his house every day. He vacuum cleans his mind. An ordinary man sweeps the dust underneath the carpets. He doesn't live in the present moment. The sage cleans his house so the Tao may dwell there. Many people think if they had ultimate power, they would be happy. Yet the ultimate power is ever so humble and modest. Our society doesn't like modest people. We love football players that score a touchdown and taunt their opponents. We don't see the value of being modest. Yet the Tao's nature is modesty. How far off the track have we come? Our current state of politics is driven by anger and holding on to one's power. The people are mere pawns. A true leader lives in accordance with the Tao. Kindness, love, and compassion for all. Laws are created for a kind society. The government isn't so the rich can get richer. We have a long ways to go. Currently, clever laws are made which have been packaged with other laws. The laws that citizens want to get passed. But unfortunately, other laws get passed which the common citizen doesn't know about. Clever packaging and politics. The wise man understands by following the Tao, the gates of heaven are wide open. The ignorant have no idea that the gates of heaven are closed. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even know that the gates exist inside. The Taoists and most indigenous people believe in the powerful force of the Mother. Many Western religions believe in an angry God, a God that is jealous and will condemn you for life. The Tao is nature. The Tao is motherly love. The Tao is humble and kind. The Tao is mercy and compassion. The Tao loves its creation. All mothers come from the Tao. To have heaven on earth, modern-day man must embrace these feminine qualities. Man has been fighting for thousands of years with no end in sight. Fighting and bickering must be a thing of the past. A wise man opens up to the Tao, so he's constantly opened up to new things. He can smile at adversity, and he can see the viewpoint of the person. He doesn't judge or condemn. The wise man loves to enter the silence. He can do nothing. During this global shutdown, he is content. The whole world has shut down, and he takes advantage of the situation. He lives in accordance with the Tao. A person of the Tao takes care of his human temple. Remember, you only get one during this life. One is constantly rebirthing and discovering the inner workings of the Tao. A parent, teacher, leader, or anyone who guides one another must be humble. Do not use power or force to guide. Be like water that flows for all. Our entire world would change if we did this. The Zen Buddhists have this saying, chop wood, carry water. Perform your actions, yet don't pat yourself on the back after you perform them. Twelve. The 5 colors blind the eye. The 5 tones deafen the ear. The 5 flavors dull the taste. Racing and hunting madden the mind. Precious things lead one astray. Therefore, the sage is guided by what he feels and not by what he sees. He lets go of that and chooses this. Commentary. The Tao is all about learning how to be in harmony with moderation. Moderation is the key to life. Many modern-day videos contain snippets of colors which overstimulate the brain. They could cause seizures in people. They even have warnings before the movie. This movie could cause seizures to occur. Unfortunately, we have lost our way and are out of touch. Even our music is not in sync with the Tao. Some music will put you in a high beta state, which you don't want. Humanity is already living in that state and can't turn off the faucet of adrenaline. Many people can't sleep at night. If you have too many flavors in a dish, you will overpower the dish and overstimulate it. In the East, the stomach area is considered sacred and holy. The center of the stomach lies the Tao Tian. This is the storage house energy for the Tao. Much like a farmer cultivating his fields, a wise man cultivates the elixir of the Tao. This is the true treasure chest. It contains infinite wisdom and knowledge. The sage has an incredible intuition. Intuition is at the seat of the sacred place. Most people are grasping at straws. The Tao contains our true nature, yet man can't see it. Our daily life is like a hamster on a treadmill. We're running in circles and not getting anywhere. Many people are addicted to alcohol and drugs. their minds and body needs more and more. Overstimulating anything will dull the senses and the mind. You will not be clear. Most of man is like leaves blowing in the wind. He reacts to each and every situation. The wise man lives in the center of the hurricane. The Tao becomes a part of his life. (18) When the great Tao is forgotten, kindness and morality rise. When wisdom and intelligence are born, the great pretense begins. When there is no peace within the family, philo, piety, and devotion arise. When the country is confused and in chaos, loyal ministers appear. Commentary. When the Tao is forgotten, politics go astray. True politics comes when it comes from the Tao. Otherwise, wisdom and intelligence comes to the forefront. Mind you, worldly wisdoms and intelligence are finite. It doesn't have the total picture of what is right nor wrong. You can't see the forest from the trees. Many of the world's conflicts comes from a diluted mind. Unfortunately, many times, a person doesn't know he is drunk. Orders get carried out, which starts a chain reaction of events that cannot be stopped. Once Pandora's box is open, the genie is let loose. Did you know that loyal ministers are loyal to only when they are in power? Once you leave office, their loyalty to you is gone forever. A man of power and ego will mock you if they disagree with you. The loyal ministers will not say a thing. They know if they say anything, their job is in jeopardy. A true leader comes once upon 1,000 years or so. Man is slowly learning to follow the laws of the Tao. When the time comes, a golden age will appear. (21) The greatest virtue is to follow Tao and Tao alone. The Tao is elusive and intangible. Oh, it is intangible and elusive, yet within is image. Oh, its image. It is elusive and intangible, and yet within is form. Oh, it is dim and dark, and yet within is essence. This essence is very real, and therein lies faith. From the very beginning until now, its name has never been forgotten. Thus I perceive the creation. How do I know the ways of creation? Because of this. Commentary. The wise man dedicates his life to the pursuit of the Tao. This is his only focus. For thousands of years, the Tao has been elusive and intangible. Even today, modern-day scientists are still trying to figure out this great mystery. They know about the quantum field, yet they haven't personally touched it yet. Without one, being in silence will always be elusive and intangible. Even in 1 billion years, if man continues, all external knowledge won't give you the experience of the Tao. You see, externally lies form, yet by entering silence, one sees the unmanifest. One sees the essence of the Tao. The greatest puzzle exists, and man tries to solve it. Yet by focusing on the creation, one can see the Creator. Only by being in harmony with the Tao can one see the Tao. When one enters the silence, one sees the laws of the Tao is manifesting into creation. "22. Yield and overcome. Mend and be straight. Empty and be full. Wear out and be new. Have little and gain. Have much and be confused. Therefore, the wise embrace the one and set an example to all, not putting on a display. They shine forth, not justifying themselves. They are distinguished, not boasting. They receive recognition, not bragging. They never falter. They do not quarrel, so no one quarrels with them. Therefore, the ancients say, yield and overcome. Is that an empty saying? Be really whole, and all things will come to you. Commentary. Humility is the essence of the Tao. Christ said, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." You must be like a child to understand the Tao. A wise man bends like the wind. He doesn't brag about his accomplishments. He smiles at adversity. He may or may not receive recognition. It really doesn't matter. The sun in the sky just shines. It doesn't get angry if you have no respect for it. The entire universe is humble. The Tao is humble. It doesn't judge us. We judge each other. We get angry with each other. The Tao is silent. A wise man yields to life. He understands the push-pull nature of things. He knows that being in harmony with the Tao is the key to life. The world can throw him curveballs, yet it doesn't bother him in the slightest. "23. To talk little is natural. High winds do not last all morning. Heavy rain does not last all day. Why is this, heaven and earth? If heaven and earth cannot make things eternal, how is it possible for man? He who follows the Tao is at one with the Tao. He who is virtuous experiences virtue. He who loses the way is lost. When you are one with the Tao welcomes you. When you are at one with virtue, the virtue is always there. When you are at one with loss, the loss is experienced willingly. He who does not trust enough will not be trusted. Commentary. When I was young, I spent some time with a Mahatma. Mahatma means great soul. Well, in fact, he was a great soul. One thing I noticed that he didn't talk too much. Mind you, he gave an incredible discourse. He just learned how to speak English, yet you couldn't tell. He was very eloquent. Over the years, I saw the same thing myself. Dwelling in silence is the sweetest thing. Carl Jung once said, "Solitude is for me a fountain of healing which makes my life worth living." When I was young, I couldn't relate to saints going into a silent retreat. I do now. High winds do not last all morning. Heavy rain does not last all day. Why is this, heaven and earth? If heaven and earth cannot make things eternal, how is it possible for man? Heaven and earth are in complete harmony. Everything is in perfect balance. The high winds blow and disappear into calmness. A storm comes and violent rain drenches the earth. The faucet is then turned off. Yet even heaven and earth comes from the Tao. The Tao created heaven and earth. Heaven and earth are not eternal. If heaven and earth are not eternal, how is it even possible for man? I say many times that the human body is wired to be in harmony with the Tao. It is built in. You are the universe. You just don't know it. A man who follows the Tao becomes the Tao. A man who practices being virtuous becomes virtuous. A man who has a closed door to the Tao is lost. When you embrace the Tao will embrace you. When you are one with loss, the loss is experienced willingly. He who does not trust enough will not be trusted. Greed and excess are not kindly treated by nature. From time immemorial, man has told stories, fables, and historic events depicting greed and excess. We have seen the downfall of the Roman Empire. Nature is not greedy and full of excess. Nature is in abundance. Man isn't. I'm writing this in the midst of a worldwide shutdown. We have never witnessed this before. Most of the world is in isolation. People are dying. Maybe Mother Nature is telling humanity to slow down. You are moving too fast. You are placing trash into your living room. In the past few weeks, nature is healing itself. Dolphins are swimming in Venice. In China, people are starting to see the precious sky instead of smog. In India, people can see the Himalayas for the first time in decades. Lao Tzu ended this chapter with the following: He who does not trust enough will not be trusted. In the present world conditions, many of the leaders don't have trust as a foundation. Consequently, they will not be trusted. One incredible spiritual teacher said that some leaders went out for lunch and aren't coming back. Such is the state of ignorance. 28. Know the strength of man, but keep a woman's care. Be the stream of the universe. Be in the stream of the universe, ever true and unswerving. Become as a little child once more. Know the white, but keep the black. Be an example to the world. Be an example to the world, ever true and unwavering. Return to the infinite. Know honor, yet keep humility. Be the valley of the universe. Be in the valley of the universe, ever true and resourceful. Return to the state of the uncarved block. When the block is carved, it becomes useful. When the sage uses it, he becomes the ruler. Thus, a great tailor cuts little. Commentary. Have the strength of courage, yet have the heart of a woman. Swim in the stream of the universe, and you will become it. A child is pure in heart. To understand the Tao, you must become a child again. The Tao is all about paradoxes and polarities. Know the white, but keep the black. In the West, we think about Christ as the light. We then say there is a prince of darkness. Yet the Taoists have a different train of thought. Can a seed initially start growing from the light? No, it needs darkness. Darkness allows the seed to germinate and grow. We need a balance between light and darkness. The Tao is all about harmony and balance. This quote came from Stefan Studi. But the opposing means something else. But the opposites mean something else to Lao Tzu. Darkness refers to the dim valley compared to the brightly lit mountain, the shady side yin instead of the sunny side yang. The Tao Te Ching keeps repeating the idea of yielding, so the sage modestly steps out of the light into the shadows and never insists on attention. There are so many different levels Lao Tzu is working on. By embracing the Tao, one is example to this world. The wise man just smiles at life. He is humble and in harmony. Know honor, yet keep humility. By being humble, people will honor you, not the other way around. In politics, we have seen politicians who boast and brag and perform actions that create scandals. A humble man will ask for forgiveness, while a pompous man will fight you with everything he has. He will never forgive his actions. Be the valley of the universe. Be in the valley of the universe, ever true and resourceful. Return to the state of the uncarved block. You want to be the valley of the universe, not the mountain of the universe. The Tao is ever so humble. It does not shout, "Look at me." It is not striving for attention. In the West, both the Christian Judeo religions at times believed in a God of jealousy and wrath. God needs our attention, or all hell will break loose. By being the valley of the universe, one returns to the source, just like a raindrop merges back into the ocean. Remember, the ocean is always at sea level. There are no oceans in the mountains. A sage realized the block of woods in its purest form. He realizes a great tailor cuts little. Consequently, his life is simple and humble. He becomes just like the Tao. 30. Wherever you advise a ruler in the way of the Tao, counsel him not to use force to conquer the universe, for this would only cause resistance. Thorn bushes spring up whenever the army has passed. Lean years follow in the wake of a great war. Just do what needs to get done. Never take advantage of power. Achieve results, but never glory in them. Achieve results, but never boast. Achieve results, but never be proud. Achieve results because this is the natural way. Achieve results, but not through violence. Force is followed by loss of strength. This is not the way of Tao. That which goes against the Tao comes to an early end. Commentary. Mankind has been fighting for thousands of years. What a joke. A forest fire will bring regrowth back to a forest, while war brings a young man back in a box. Yet we still fight and kill. How many civilizations have fallen due to war? Nations have been bankrupt. In the United States, around 60% of our budget is for the defense. Yet during this global shutdown, we are scrambling for medical supplies. Common sense is uncommon. Why do we elect leaders that are warmongers? Why do we elect a president who has no morals or virtues? Many people say they don't care. The economy is the only thing that matters. Look, I'm not smart, super smart or intelligent. Yet in early January, when I first heard about this silent virus in China, I got concerned. Maybe my intuition kicked in. I had global concern. We could have done something as soon as it broke out. Instead, we had direct flights from China to the rest of the world. We hummed and hawed all along the way. It was a disgrace. Thousands of people are dying from this. Politics got in the way. Science was saying we had better do something fast, while the politicians didn't believe in their advice. As a world, we need a change for the better. We need drastic changes. Mankind needs to be shaken in their boots for true change to occur. Maybe that won't even work. Bring back the good old days. The grass is not greener on the other side of the hill. It's burnt. We must take responsibility for our piece of the puzzle. Just think, Lao Tzu wrote this over 2,600 years ago. It is pertinent today. "31. Good weapons are instruments of fear. All creatures hate them. Therefore, followers of Tao never use them. The wise man prefers the left. The man of war prefers the right. Weapons are instruments of fear. They are not a wise man's tool. He uses them only when he has no choice. Peace and quiet are dear to his heart, and victory, no cause for rejoicing. If you rejoice in victory, then you delight in killing. If you delight in killing, you cannot fulfill yourself. On happy occasions, precedent is given to the left. On sad occasions, to the right. In the army, the general stands on the left, the commander-in-chief on the right. This means that war is conducted like a funeral. When many people are being killed, they should be mourned in heartfelt sorrow. That is why a victory must be observed like a funeral. Commentary. Lao Tzu continues with the horrors of war. War is not justified. One who follows the Tao will always find a solution or way out. We've been fighting for thousands of years. It is considered an honor to fight for your country. Yet the Tao does not take sides. God does not take sides. We praise the new weapons being created. We honor them and rejoice in how many people could get killed by them. Wars have been occurring for thousands of years. There has been very little time in history when there wasn't a war. Where does war stem from? When one is not in harmony with the Tao and God, there is an internal war within. This internal war will be manifested into external war. It's as simple as that. Yet still, today, we think war is justified. I'll teach you a lesson you will never forget. That's called ego and arrogance. We have leaders today that act that way. According to the Tao, we need leaders who are in harmony with the Tao. We need honorable rulers. They need to have ethics and morals. Somehow, in America, many people have overlooked that one. Personally, I think Mother Nature is trying to teach us a lesson. The whole world is shut down. We must reflect and see what's the next step. War is not the answer. It is obsolete. We have made war a proud event and a privilege to fight. Mankind is being brainwashed. The true jewel exists inside of you, waiting to be discovered. (33) Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing the self is enlightenment. Mastering others requires force. Mastering the self needs strength. He who knows he is enough is rich. Perseverance is a sign of willpower. He who stays where he is endures. To die, but not to perish, is to be eternally present. Commentary. The wise man is like a farmer. He tends to his inner crops. Daily he pulls out the weeds and boulders. He tills his soil and waters it. This is how a wise man becomes enlightened. He masters himself. The ordinary man gathers wisdom by knowing others. He doesn't know about the inner garden, the great Tao. Consequently, his awareness is always on the external. Mastering others requires force. Mastering the self needs strength. Ordinary men use force like going to war to master others. The sages uses strength and perseverance to master oneself. One is the external focus, while the other is an eternal focus. He who knows he has enough is rich. The sage doesn't yearn to be rich or poor. He knows that his plate is filled with the Tao. One who has this understanding is truly a rich man. Perseverance is a sign of willpower. It's by will alone that I set my mind in motion. Perseverance is the key. The goal is to line the will and the Tao, and your will be in harmony. He who stays where he is endures. The sage understands the grass is not greener on the other side. It's burnt. An ordinary man is grasping at straws. Happiness is fleeting. Pursuing the external world won't solve the mysteries of life. You will get tangled in the web. To die, but not to persist, is to be eternally present. There is some debate about what Lao Tzu said. Many Taoists says he is talking about finding the elixir of immortality. Others say that his words are still alive today. Therefore, he has not perished. Maybe it's a mixture of the two. Some Taoists have been known to live for over 200 years. "36. That which shrinks must first expand. That which fails must first be strong. That which is cast down must first be raised. Before receiving, there must be giving. This is called perception of the nature of things. Soft and weak overcome hard and strong. Fish cannot leave deep waters, and a country's weapons should not be displayed." Commentary. Everything is push-pull energy. Everything has a pair of opposites. Light and dark, high and low, hot and cold, life and death, good and bad. Behind all polarities lies the great Tao. In the East, for thousands of years, they believe that the universe is breathing just like us. Or shall I say, we are breathing just like the universe. We breathe in and breathe out. You can try to hold your breath, yet within minutes your body will be desperate for the next breath. This mechanism is built in. In the East, the breath of Brahma is 310 trillion years. The great sages strive to be in balance with the great Tao. This leads to being in harmony. And a country's weapons should not be displayed. Oddly, this was included. I remember that our current administration wanted to have a military parade on the 4th of July. I think it's ironic that for years we frowned upon the Soviets, Chinese, and North Koreans, but have a huge military parade. This wasn't in the consciousness of the American people. We didn't flaunt our egos and display our might. Lao Tzu didn't believe in war. He said, if you had to go to war, do it as fast as possible. Get over it. Mourn both sides and quickly learn your lessons why you went to war in the first place. Why didn't your diplomats create a win-win situation for both parties? Don't celebrate your victory. You just caused a great funeral for both sides, only because your egos got in the way. 38. A truly good man is not aware of his goodness, and is therefore good. A foolish man tries to be good, and is therefore not good. A truly good man does nothing, yet leaves nothing undone. A foolish man is always doing, yet much remains to be done. When a truly kind man does something, he leaves nothing undone. When a just man does something, he leaves a great deal to be done. When a disciplinarian does something and no one responds, he rolls up his sleeves in an attempt to enforce order. Therefore, when Tao is lost, there is goodness. When goodness is lost, there is kindness. When kindness is lost, there is justice. When justice is lost, there's ritual. Now, ritual is the husk of faith and loyalty, the beginning of confusion. Knowledge of the future is only a flowery trapping of Tao. It is the beginning of folly. Therefore, a truly great man dwells on what is real, and not what is on the surface, on the fruit, and not the flower. Therefore, accept the one and reject the other. Commentary. We are human beings, not human doers. And fortunately, our emphasis is on doing. What do you do is the question when you first meet someone. Our world is all about doing, not being. The Tao says this is why the world is in chaos today. We aren't living in harmony and balance. The mind controls you, and you don't control the mind. When this happens to the world at large, chaos will exist. A person may seem to live a normal life, yet it's not in harmony with nature or the Tao. A truly good man is not aware of his goodness, and is therefore good. A foolish man tries to be good, and is therefore not good. A wise man is in tune with the Tao, so is therefore good. An ordinary man tries to be good, yet doesn't know that true goodness exists inside. A truly good man does nothing, yet leaves nothing undone. A foolish man is always doing, yet much remains to be done. A wise man knows that performing action, inaction, is the goal. He becomes a human being, while a man is always doing things. Even when he is not working, his mind is thinking, what's on my to-do list? He is never content and at peace. When a truly kind man does something, he leaves nothing undone. When a just man does something, he leaves a great deal to be done. When a disciplinarian does something and no one responds, he rolls up his sleeves in an attempt to enforce order. Such is the nature of society. A truly kind man leaves nothing undone. A just man acts, but leaves a great deal to be done. A disciplinarian does something, and no one responds. The next moment, a law is passed, and the rule of law is enforced. If you don't follow it, you pay a fine or go to prison. Therefore, when Tao is lost, there's goodness. When goodness is lost, there's kindness. When kindness is lost, there's justice. When justice is lost, there's ritual. Now, ritual is the husk of faith and loyalty, the beginning of confusion. Lao Tzu is explaining what happens when the Tao is lost. It slowly descends down the drain. Ritual is current-day politics. Both sides of the political party have people who have faith and loyalty solely towards their own political party. Consequently, there's constant bickering and fighting, much like spoiled children. I'm writing this during the global shutdown. Common sense is uncommon. Need I say more? Therefore, the truly great man dwells on what is real, and not what is on the surface, on the fruit, and not the flower. Therefore accept the one, and reject the other. The wise man lives in the center of the hurricane, while man lives in the whirling winds of the mind. He is like leaves blowing in the wind. The Tao teaches one to have your feet on the ground and your head in heaven. This is the way of the Tao. Confusion can't touch you. Common sense is uncommon. Only a wise man has this. Unfortunately, common sense lies inside, but the clouds are covering it up. "39. These things from ancient times arise from one. The sky is whole and clear. The earth is whole and firm. The spirit is whole and strong. The valley is whole and full. The 10,000 things are whole and alive. Kings and lords are whole, and the country is upright. All these are in virtue of wholeness. The clarity of the sky prevents its falling. The firmness of the earth prevents its splitting. The strength of the spirit prevents its being used up. The fullness of the valley prevents its running dry. The growth of the 10,000 things prevents their dying out. The leadership of kings and lords prevents the downfall of the country. Therefore, the humble is the root of the noble. Low is the foundation of the high. Prince and lords consider themselves orphaned, widowed, and worthless. Do they not depend on being humble? Too much success is not an advantage. Do not tinkle like jade, or chatter like stone chimes. Commentary. The entire universe and creation comes from the Tao. Everything in the universe is united. The push-pull of gravity is the thread that ties the universe together. Without gravity, the galaxies wouldn't exist. The stars wouldn't exist. The planet Earth wouldn't exist. This is the true magic of life. The Tao creates all. Someday our universe will disappear like a thief into the night, yet the Tao will still be there. Everything is in harmony except man. Lao Tzu said the following: Kings and lords are whole, and the country is upright. All these are in virtue of wholeness. This is the true state of man. We are all kings and lords, yet we have forgotten. This is a cosmic play being acted out for time immemorial. We contain these virtues, yet they have been covered up by dark clouds. The clarity of the sky prevents its falling. The firmness of the earth prevents its splitting. The strength of the spirit prevents its being used up. The fullness of the valley prevents its running dry. The growth of the 10,000 things prevent their dying out. The leadership of kings and lords prevent the downfall of the country. Once again, Lao Tzu describes the magnificence of creation. The Tao in all its unsung glory sustains all. Yet there is something that Lao Tzu said that exists only with man discovers and embraces the Tao. This is the following. The leadership of kings and lords prevent the downfall of the country. To be honest, we don't have that currently in the United States. It seems to me we are on a teeter-totter. We are totally off balance. We can't get anything done. During this global shutdown, we don't have leaders that will guide us and reassure the citizens, much like a Winston Churchill. Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, is at the forefront of new leadership. She is ruling with kindness as her foundation. She is trying to rule with the basic laws of the universe: love, mercy, and compassion. I call these conscious politics and wrote a book on this. Therefore, the humble is the root of the noble. The low is the foundation of the high. Prince and lords consider themselves orphaned, widowed, and worthless. Do they not depend on being humble? Too much success is not an advantage. Do not tinkle like jade, or clatter like stone chimes. The very foundation of the Tao is humility. In our egocentric world of people who rule with bragging, boasting, finger-calling, degrading, mocking, and firing people who call you out. This has been the norm for a while. We have a leader that has lied constantly. As of January of this year, the current president has told 16,421 lies, yet half the nation still supports him. The founding fathers are probably crying in their graves. How far away have we come from our founding fathers? Look, I'm talking about morals and ethics here. We are in the midst of a global shutdown, and many leaders are placing more emphasis on the economy than the welfare of our citizens. Leaders must act as the fallen to be in harmony with the Tao. Prince and lords consider themselves orphaned, widowed, and worthless. Yet currently in the United States, they think they are beyond the common man. Many serve big corporations and give huge tax breaks to them and the 1%. They are anything but humble. Today, this book is more relevant than ever before. Our politicians strive for trinkets that will go to the grave when they die. All their selfish power will be taken away. Lao Tzu describes the world as common sense is uncommon. The creation as it stands is magnificent and glorious. Currently, man is struggling to find his true nature. Fortunately, millions of people are waking up from their slumber. "42. The Tao begot one. One begot two. Two begot three. And three begot the 10,000 things. The 10,000 things carry yin and embrace yang. They achieve harmony by combining these forces. Men hate to be orphaned, widowed, or worthless. But this is how kings and lords describe the themselves is present in the universe. One gains by losing, the horse's haul, and loses by gaining. When the Tao but others teach from the universe, I also teach more that horses. A violent man will die a violent death. There's no greater sin. This will be the essence of my teaching. No greater curse than commentary. No greater misfortune created one wanting the essence for oneself. Therefore, one created the yin and yang that enough polar opposites will light and dark, have male and female. high
Commentary.
and low. When man,
Furthermore,
is in tune
Lao
with
Tzu
the Tao,
said the
horses carry
following.
maneuver to
And
make
three
fertilizer.
begot
When
the
the
10
Tao
Taos
is
of
absent, war is
This
about
seems to
ready
me
to happen.
a lot like the Trinity,
The enemy
the Father,
is
Son,
standing at your
and
gates.
Holy Ghost.
War
Maybe the
has
Holy
been on this
Ghost
planet
represents
for thousands
the breath
of years.
life.
The
What
war
the Taoists
forces
call
have been
chi,
both
the
external
life force
and
energy of the
internal.
universe.
You see,
The
to go to
10,000
war,
things
the battle
very
first
yin
starts
and embrace
inside
yang.
of you.
They achieve
You are the
harmony
one
by combining
that
these
pulls the
forces.
trigger.
The
You are
entire
the one
universe
if someone says
embraces
something
harmony.
that makes you angry.
The entire universe
you react
is yin
and put
yang
gasoline
balance.
on the fire.
Men hate
This
to
is
be
how
orphaned,
major wars
widowed,
occur on
or
your
worthless.
planet. At
But
first
this is how
stands as a
kings and
simple
lords
conflict,
describe
but
themselves.
without proper wisdom, is
Man's
accelerated
ambition
beyond
is not to be
control.
orphaned, widowed,
There is no greater
or
sin
worthless.
than
Yet a wise
desire.
man
No
understands
greater
this
curse
divine
than
paradox.
discontent.
If the
No greater
universe is
misfortune
orphaned,
than wanting
widowed,
something for
or
oneself.
worthless,
Therefore,
then he
Joe
who
knows that enough
humility
is enough.
is
Will
the
always
foundation
have enough.
of life.
Desire is the
Furthermore,
root of
Lao
all
Tzu
evil.
says,
Look
for
at
one
the current
gains
politics
by
today.
losing, and
Imagine
loses
1%
by
has more money.
This
than
is
the
once again a
99%.
paradox.
Last year,
with
our
our
tax
mindset
bill got
as
passed.
human
With a
doers,
1%
we don't have the
taxes were
wisdom
reduced
to
by
understand
around
this.
15%.
One must have the mind.
You see,
of the
desire
Tao to understand
is all
this.
out of control.
But others
They want
teach.
the entire
I also
piece
teach. That
of
is,
the pie.
a violent man
There is
will
no
die
end to
violent
desire.
death.
Being
This will be
discontent
the essence of
is
my
an even
teaching.
greater curse.
Violence
It's like a ghost
begets
trying to
violence.
get drunk on a bottle
War,
of whiskey.
war,
The
war.
alcohol just goes through
Mindless,
them.
endless
They
wars
perform the
mankind
action of drinking,
has
but
fought.
no results occur. Look at how many rock stars die. They have everything, yet they are still discontent. Yet even if we acquire everything, we will experience misfortune. True satisfaction only comes when one is in harmony with the Tao. Humanity has yet to acknowledge this precious fact. The wise man understands that if he's rich or poor, he has enough. He is in tune with the Tao. The Tao always provides enough.